Okay, hello everyone. For this video, I will be discussing on how to convert decimal number system to binary number system. And in my previous video, I discussed binary to decimal number system. And if you have questions, you may reserve any of your questions for our Google class. So my commitment na every Thursday and Wednesday, especially sa MWF students, I will meet you on Wednesday. And sa ako ang TTH class, I will meet you on Thursday. So if you have any questions regarding my video, my discussions, you may reserve that. You may write it in a piece of paper para wala kang ma-miss na question na ganahan taan sa Okay, so karon I will be discussing now on how to convert decimal number system to binary. So vice versa sa ato discuss sa ato ang previous video. Okay, so now let's start. Yeah, kasi isa-isa na ako ang graphics tablet. Standby. For example, you have a value of 64. Okay, so let's use black pen. You have a value of 64. So what to discuss is decimal to binary. Okay, so karon na tayo value. So don't forget to write the base. So kana. So now you already have the value of 64 in decimal, and the question is how are you going to convert this value into the binary form? So actually guys, there are two ways in how you're going to convert this value into binary form. The first one is through subtraction, so take note, subtraction method, and the second one is the successive division. Okay, so muna sila duha ka ways on how you are going to convert these values from decimal to binary digits. Okay, so karon let's try first the subtraction method. Okay, so para ani ato i-try si subtraction method. Okay, karon saan man siya. Can you still remember 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 5, diba? So 2 to the power of 0 is 1. So 2, 4. So kasunod na siya. 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, 4096. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So, muna siya value ninyo. Okay, so, kung ano na siya? 2 points. 2 to the power of 1, to the power of 1, to the power of 2. So, ano na siya? Sabi mo, libog sa portion kay diretso. Okay? May kalas na siya space. So, karon ang atong buhaton, na naman tayo value ng 64, all you need to do is to find the nearest number sa 64. So, ay na-erase. Okay, so mangita tag number nga nearest sa 64. So, ito siya connect sa kanyang panas. Okay, so we cannot use 128. Kaya naman, lapaw na siya sa 64. So, namin 64 diri, we can use 64. So, atong square sa 64. So, pwede na nato i-delete ni sila. Kanang natin sa, kung pwede naman sila kinahanglanon. 64 ang nato kinahanglanon. So, let's delete everything there. Okay. Ang buhaton na to, ato lang i-subtract si 64 sa ato ang value. So, 64, kani siya, ato i-minus sa ato ang value nga kani. Okay? So, 64 minus 64 is 0. Okay? So, muna siya answer, 0. Okay? So, karon Atong buhaton, ato na siya i-write into binary form. So, kung kanina number is gigamit mo siya, automatic 1. Okay? So, for those number, or for those value, like this one, kanina kung nga number gamit, automatic ni silang 0. Okay, so 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So, there are 6 zeros. So, ano na siya equivalent naman to binary? 1 and 6 zeros. Okay, so muna na siya equivalent nimo sa muhang decimal na 64 binary. Okay? So let's try kung sakto ba ang imong answer sa imuhang subtraction method nga gamit. Let's try successive division kung sakto ba dyan po na yung answer. 1 o gunang ka zeros dyan po na answer. Okay, let's clear this canvas. Okay, let's try. So, ito gamitin na po si successive division. So, butangan ako dito successive division. Okay? So, karon 64 tong value, di ba? 64. Okay. So, karon in successive division, all you need to do is like this. You're going to draw a table. Pwede na pong delete. So, this is your quotient. And this is your remainder. This is your value or the given, 64. Okay? So, ito na siya divide of 2. Okay? So, 64 divided by 2 is pila man? 32. Diba? So, atong siguro doon, mag-calculate na. 64 divided by 2. 32. So, atong butang ang 32 dire. Kung wala gani siya, wala man siya decimal point, wala siya kapin. So, if it's a perfect quotient, so okay na siya, automatic 0. So, sa 32 na po ito divide of 2. 32 divided by 2, pila man? 16. Diba? Ating calculate, para sigurado. So, 64, let's have 32 divided by 2, we have 16. So, let's write 16. So, wala siya ikuan, perfect quotient, perfect answer, so 0. So, si 16 na pa tayo divide of 2. 16 divided by 2, we have 8. So, 0 siya. And 8 divided by 2, we have 4. 0. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Again, 0. 2 divided by 2, it's 1. So, 0 na po. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So, para masigurado 0.5 ba yung answer, let's try. 1 divided by 2, 0.5. And, muna na siya kung gingon guys. Pag na siya kapin, like 0.5, kung di siya perfect answer, so automatic 1 ang iyahang remainder. Okay. 1 na siya ha. So, perfect 1. So, kung saan nato pagkabalo nga pwede na tayo stop sa ato ang calculation or sa ato ang solution. Once gani inyong quotient, once gani siya din nga portion is naka-reach na og 0. Para ani, you already reach 0 sa imong calculation. Pwede na mo stop din na kita. Okay, so kung naka 1 pa gani, padayon nag-siya pa mo divide. Kung maka-reach ng 0, that's the time you are going to stop your calculation and read the binary form na. Write the binary form. So, karon mo na ni siya yung binary form ninyo. So, how you are going to write that? Pa-upward siya. Okay? So, you write it in an upward direction. So, equivalent din niya. So, paano siya 10? Equivalent niya to binary is 1. Sakto ba nga anong ka zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, sakto siya, same with the first method nga itong gigamit, which is ang subtraction method. Wait. It's using subtraction method. Okay, so magamit tao subtraction method una. Okay, let's say for example, you have a value of 564. So 564 base of 10, base of 2. Okay, so how are you going to convert this? So let's have 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, and 512, then 1024. Okay, so mangita tag number nga duol sa 564 nga di pud siya mulapaw sa 564. Okay, so the nearest number is 512 because di po ito pwede mo gamit sa 1024 kay lapaw naman siya sa 564. Okay, so let's use 512. Okay, so atong i-erase si 1024. Okay, next. Let's subtract 564 to 512. So let's have our calculator. 564 minus 512 is 52. So the answer is 52. So makita na po tag number nga dool sa 52. So we cannot use 256 and 128. So let's use 64. We cannot use 64 actually because lapaw di siya sa 52. So let's use number 32. Okay, instead. So atong gamiton sa 32, 52 minus 32 is 20. Okay? So mangita na po tag number nga dili mulapaw sa 20. So we have 16. Okay, so 20 minus 16 is 4. Okay? So, mangita na po tag number nga doon sa 4, and then na may 4 diri, so si 4 ato gamiton. So 4 minus 4 is 0. Okay? So karon ato manggigamit si 512, so wala siya. We are not using these three numbers, 256, 128, and 64, so automatic 0. We are using 32 and 16, that's why 1. We are not using 8, 0. We are using 4, that's why it's 1. We are not using these two numbers, 2 and 1, so 0 na sila. So this is now the equivalent 564 in binary form. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. So this is now your equivalent number sa binary form. Okay? Let's try the successive division. Okay? Ato i-check kung sakto ba yung answer. Okay, let's have successive division. Successive division. Okay, so atong value, atong given is 564. Okay, so decimal of 10, base of 10, and 2. So dili atong portion nga quotient, the remainder. So this is 564. So now let's use black pen. So 564 divided by 2 is 564 divided by 2, 282. So wala siya kapin, automatic 0. 282 divided by 2 divided by 2, 141. Okay, so 0. 141 divided by 2, 70.5. So naman siya 0.5, so 1. Di ba siya perfect quotient? Perfect answer. So let's have 70 divided by 70 ra, i-count na ha, dili 70.5, 70 ra. 70 divided by 2, 35. So let's have 35. So perfect quotient, 0 na siya. Let's have 35 divided by 2. So magpuwaki ni siya. 17.5. So we have 17.5. So 1 siya. 17 na po. Arag na pala si 0.5. 17 divided by 2. Let's have 17 divided by 2. 8.5. So 1. 8 divided by 2 na po is 4. So 0. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Is 0. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So 0. 1 divided by 2. Okay. So, okay, 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So, muna siyang 0. Okay, let's read it in binary form. Okay. So, karon ato siyang basahon into binary form pa-upward. Okay. So, you have a value of, okay, ayun, 0 ni siya. 1 siya. Kaya pala. So, kano naman siya eh, kuan, sayop ko ba ito gra? So, 1 din siya, 1. Kaya naman siya eh, 0.5. Naman siya, di ba siya perfect quotient? Okay? So, karon your value now is 1, 0, tulo ka 0, duha ka 1, saka 0, then 100. So, let's try to check kung ba ang answer sa division 1, 1. Okay, so sakto siya sa answer sa imuhang subtraction method. Okay, so same na Japan siya o buka o resulta. What if naa siya decimal point? Okay? What if naa siya decimal point? Unsaon siya? Okay, so sa decimal point, I would suggest nga kung magnaa ka decimal point, I would suggest nga yung gamiton si successive division. Okay? So let's say for example, you have a value of, so ato una successive method niya. So successive method ni. Or successive division, I mean. Let's say for example, you have a value of 512.025. Okay? Convert to 10 siya, 10. Sorry. Series. So 10 to siya. To binary. Okay, so ato na nag-solve si 512. Okay? So 512 divided by 2 is 256, right? Okay, so 256 divided by 2 is daman. Ako naman i-calculate para sigurado, no? Okay. Divide 2 is 128. 128 divided by 2 is 64. 64 divided by 2 is 32. 32 divided by 2 is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. Okay, so ano to na pita. So remainder ano niya is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. So how to read in binary form? So upward. So equivalent niya is 9. So let's count number of zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Point. So apesong pa si point later on. So let's have 0.025. Okay, let's emphasize the decimal point. So this is division, but it's multiplication. We're going to multiply it by 2. So 0.25 times 2, 0.025 times 2. We have 0.05 times, so 0 man dire, so 0 po dire. Okay, let's have 0.05 times 2, 0.1. Again, 0 man siya, 0 ang remainder. Let's have 0.1 times 2. We have 0.2. Sakto ba? Ako sa'yo. Okay, so 0. So 0.2 times 2 is 0.4. 0 man siya, so 0 yung remainder. 0.4 times 2 is 0.8. You can calculate sa inyong mga cellphones para ma-check ninyo kung sakto ba. So 0 man, so 0. Okay, so we have 0.8 times 2 is, pwede naman ang 0.3 times 2, it's 1.6. So 1 man syempre 1 pa din. That's the time punta kag 1. Kung 1 ang iyahang value din, or whole number niya. Okay? So this is super gamay na ito. Okay, let's have continue. 1.6 times 2, pila naman na. Actually, guys, it's not 1.6, but it's 0.6. Okay, correction, 0.6. Okay, so dila pila ng 1. Okay, 0.6 ra. Ang 1 na naman dali. So 0.6 times 2 is 1.2. So 1 dali. Is 1. So again, dili siya 1.2 pag multiply, but it's 0.2. So continue, 0.2 times 2 is 0.4. 0 kay 0 man dali. So again, continue, 0.4 times 2 is 0.8. Sakto ba? 0.2 is 0.4. 0.4 times 2 is 0.8. Okay, so 0. 0.8 times 2 is 1.6. So 1. Again, continue na po da. Kaya siya hilagdan. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's continue. 1.6 man so 0.6 0.6 times 2 is pila na? 1.2, di ba? So 1 dire, 0.2 dire. 0.2 times 2, 0.4. 0 na po, kaya 0 man 0.4 times 2, 0.8. Then 0. Okay? So pwede na pong dirata mo and so kung suggest ninyo, you can check sa website. Let's try to check Tapos sa isulat. So equivalent niya sa binary is 0.25. That's here. 0.025 times. So papikan tadiri sa taas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maglalagay mga zeros. 3, 4, 5. Then sunod ka na 1, 1. Dayon, 2 ka 0. Dayon, 2 ka 1. Dayon, 2 ka 0. So, muna siya equivalent niya sa iyahang decimal. So, muna siya so, ito sa erase na kayo magtaas kaya answer. Okay. So, So, isumpara rin siya kay point man yun. So, dapat na po na siya point rin. So, 0, 0. So, di mo ka 0. Di mo ka 1. Dayon. Di mo ka. So, you will try to check the website. Na website na pwede mo makakonvert automatically. So, wala kang problema, Ana, because siguro sa inyong mga kapuyan na mag-solve, inyo na i-convert sa Google, di ba? Naman, pero make it sure na pag manakay ka, ita-activity ninyo, make it sure na kung naaman ganit, magpa-convert man ganit mo sa Google, make it sure kabalo mo kung anong kana mo answer. Oo. So, magpa-require man ko og solution, with solution man. Okay, so dapat, kabalo po mo ansaan siya, kung ano siyang nakakuha ko yung answer. Okay? So, I'll try to check the value of this binary form, especially kanin sa 0.025, kung sakto ba ang value sa binary form. And ang igawas kay yung value is equivalent to 0.0249. Okay, so it's almost 0.025. So, ang equivalent sa Google, if kamo po, i-try ninyo siya og search sa Google, kani siya nga value. Ito na yung 0.000. So, ang magawas niya is 0.0249. Or, kung yun na siya round off, mahimutang na siya nga 0.025. So, almost na siya sa imong answer. Okay, so, pwede po, ma-check mo sa Google before mo mag-solve, especially kaning diri dapita, para makabalo mo asa na mo dapat mo stop. Okay, so kanay almost naman siya sa 0.025, so pwede itong diri mo stop sa diri nga portion. Pwede itong diri mo stop na diri nga portion. Pero kung layo pa gani, napagani siya sa 0.23, padayon pa dyan mo siya calculation. Up until maabot ani nga answer or kanang punto po siya nga 0.025 ang equivalent niya. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. I hope you have learned something from me. And if you have, again, if you have question, reserve that, or you may take down notes, all your questions. Para sa atong Google Meet class, you can raise your questions ahead of time. Okay? So thank you so much, guys, and God bless everyone. Keep safe and stay healthy. Aja aja.